Hello everyone, Weather Jamaica here. Welcome to this updated video on the weather across Jamaica regarding Tropical Storm Melissa. As you can see, it is Friday morning, October 24, 2025. Now before we jump into it, please ensure that you all like this video. I'd really appreciate it if you all get this video to 100 likes. If you don't know by now, that's how the YouTube algorithm works. We all like the video and then the YouTube algorithm pushes the video out to more persons who are in the path of these tropical systems so that we can keep everyone safe, especially during the peak months of Atlantic hurricane season. That's August through to October. Share this video with your friends, your co-workers, your relatives, and even your church brethren. And subscribe if you haven't yet done so. Please ensure that you all utilize the progress bar that's located at the bottom of the video, as well as the timestamps that are located not only in the comment section but the video description, so that you can skip to the points in the video that you want to see the most in order to save time, because we know that the videos over here with the Jamaica can be very long. Leave a comment down below letting me know what the weather's been like in your area recently. Also feel free to ask any other related question that you might have about the future of the weather in your specific area. Alright, taking a look at the U.S. National Hurricane Center 7-day graphical tropical weather outlook that just came out at 7:56 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, which is actually 6:56 a.m. Jamaica time. So this just came out about 11 minutes ago, or 12 if I'm not mistaken. Nope, no, that's 16 minutes ago. Mathematicians, am I right? As you can see here, the infrared satellite imagery of the Caribbean shows the deep convection associated with Melissa right here, and look at that. It looks like it is even pushing off towards the south or east. A lot of deep convection right in here, and we know that it is expected to push northward, but we know that there's a lot of upper level wind shear that is holding on to the system and trying to drag it towards that direction. This has been why the system has also been slow to bring us some real rainfall, because the thunderstorms have been pushing themselves off towards that direction. So we still have a lot of rainfall, still affecting portion of northern Colombia, section of the ABC Islands still getting on thunder showers, so too section of Haiti and the Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico. If you haven't heard, there's been a lot of flooding in the Dominican Republic, Santo Domingo, the capital more specifically, and we even had flooding in Haiti to cause someone to lose their life yesterday. So the situation is very dire, and it has just begun. As you can see here, the latest Euro EPS, the 00, still brings most of the models right here to the south of Jamaica and then crosses over. Some of them make it over Jamaica, the western end. Some of them even make it over portions of Little Cayman and then eventually over Cuba. The GFS ensembles as well. Okay, so the 6Z just came out. Look at this. A lot of the models and the average in the blocks take the system to the south of Jamaica, and then is that crossing over western Jamaica or just to the west of us. So we see that the GFS, that's the GFS ensemble forecast system, is showing something similar to what the Euro has been showing all along, but the Euro is starting to push more westward and then to the north of us when it is to the west of us. So it's very interesting. And if we take a look at the intensity model guidance, we've been talking about this for the longest while. The system is expected to maintain the tropical storm status as it is being impacted by wind shear. But as you can see, as we head into the next 48 hours, as we head into, let's say, about late Saturday, maybe Sunday, it should be making it up to hurricane status. You see most of the models taking it up there. That doesn't mean that it won't stay a tropical storm. It could remain a tropical storm. Maybe some wind shear still affecting it, but we see that most of the models are agreeing that it should make it up into category 1 status. Some of them even take it up to category 2, 3, and 4 eventually over the next 3 to 4 a day. So we definitely have to stay updated to see what unfolds. Now regarding the latest on Melissa, so we were looking at the 5 a.m. update that showed the system was stationary. What does stationary mean? That the system is not moving, but as you can see, the 5 a.m. update, is the 4 a.m. Jamaica time update. So now the 8 a.m., which is the 7 a.m. Jamaica time update, just came out, and now they're stating that the system is moving towards the east-southeast at 1 mile per hour. We know that east-southeast is something like this. So it's slightly, tilted. So it's not like the line, the 25 degrees north line right here. So it's moving like this. So it is moving at 1 mile per hour. So more than likely it's going to be picking up and getting back on track with that northerly movement, and then eventually to the west, and then to the north near Jamaica. And we see that it is currently packing maximum sustained winds of 45 miles per hour. I know that these systems that pack anywhere from 39 to 73 mile per hour winds are classified as tropical storms. So it's a low-end tropical storm right now, definitely closer to tropical depression status than to category 1 hurricane status. And we can see that we still have a tropical storm warning up for Jamaica in the blue, as well as a hurricane watch in the pink. Same thing for the southern portion of Haiti, because the tropical storm force winds extend out to a great deal to the north, south, and east of the center of circulation. So as of right now, it is moving towards the east southeast. Upper level wind shear is grabbing onto it and trying to pull it to that direction. But clearly the hurricane center states that eventually it's going to be pushing back towards the north, if not the northwest, and then strengthen to a hurricane by about 2 p.m. on Saturday, and then 2 a.m. on Sunday, pushing slowly westward as a hurricane category 1, category 2. Then the M's represents major hurricane status, anywhere from category 3 to 5. It should be right here to the south of Jamaica. 2 a.m. on Monday to the southwest of us, 2 a.m. on Tuesday right here to the southwest. And trust me, the fact that it is moving so slow, I wouldn't be surprised if it goes back to stationary again like early this morning. This is just the whole case. The wind steering flows are so weak down in here, so it has to be waiting for the trough that's going to be exiting the east coast of the US on Tuesday, and then to start, moving at a decent pace. See the jump from 2 a.m. on Tuesday from southwestern Jamaica, or to the southwest of Jamaica, to right here across the waters just to the west of southeastern Cuba. So it's moving so slowly. This is why the rainfall rates are going to be ridiculous. As you can see right here, the latest track from the Hurricane Center showed that it was moving west, then north, then west, then northwest, and then we see that east-southeast motion from midnight last night up to this point. So more than likely, like what the Hurricane Center is stating, considering that it's only moving at 1 mile per hour, eventually it's going to be getting back on track when it, stops feeling the effects of the upper level wind shear that's trying to drag the thunderstorms that way. It makes the low level circulation want to move that way as well. So eventually it's going to be getting back on track to a more northern, if not northwesterly movement like what the Hurricane Center had shown. And Jamaica, we still see that the tropical storm wind field probabilities are high. Jamaica shaded in the reds, that represents a 70% chance of tropical storm force winds. And we know that the winds are going to be coming in from the northeast at first. This is what is going to be taking place today. We see the greens into the yellows that represents anywhere from 20 to 25 knot winds, especially to the south of us where the center of circulation should be located. So some crazy knots. And then as we head into Saturday, as you can see here, coming closer to us, so the tropical storm force wind should begin, and then the power outages follow suit. Then hurricane status right here to the south of us Sunday, and then coming around like what the models have been showing. And the waves are going to respond to the winds, of course. So clearly right now we see a lot of dark blues into the purples that represents anywhere from 2 maybe up to 3 meter wave height, especially to the north of Portland right now, 2.2 meter wave height. To the south of St. Thomas, 2.6 meter wave height. To the south of Clarendon, wake waves 0.9 of a meter wave height. To the south of Westmoreland, 0.7 of a meter wave height. To the north of Hanover, 1.6 meter wave height. To the north of St. Anne, 1.8 meter wave height. And that's because of the winds that are expected. But as you can see, as we head into Saturday and Sunday, the waves are going to be, engulfing the entire waters around the island and getting up into the Burgundies, maybe up to 6 meter wave heights or more, because of the intensity of the system at that time. And regarding the latest Euro model here, so this is the 0 as you can see right here, where the drill. We're going to be looking at the timestamp right here at the top. So we're just going to be going on to the next 7 days to see how it's going to be playing out. For reference, we have Jamaica right here, and we have all of the moisture associated with Melissa right in here, especially right here we have the L. That's where we have the center of circulation. So as we head throughout the day today, Friday, as you can see, should start pushing northward and start, you know, deepening. We see a lot of greens, yellows, so a lot of convection is going to be firing up. And as we head into Saturday, it starts to make that westward turn. You see it passing south of Jamaica, bring a lot of moisture on the east side, as you can see here, bringing it like this into us. So it's going to be a lot of rainfall coming in for sure as it pushes slowly to the west, to the south of us. Sunday, and then the latest Euro 0Z is showing that it should be just to the southwest of us. We see that it's a bit different from the 12Z and the 18Z. The others work a bit closer to Jamaica's coast, but I wouldn't mind if it stays way down here to the south. But we know that as soon as the 12Z run comes out, it's going to be showing something completely different. And here we go with the northeastward lift into us, making landfall again across sections of the island. Boy, it seems like this path is inevitable no matter what or how far it goes away. So flooding us first, going down, strengthening to a category 3, 4, or whatever the case may be, and lifting back up into us again is what the Euro is showing within a 168-hour time frame. The GFS isn't showing that at all, but we see that it is kind of, you know, caving in a sense. It's starting to move northward now. We see that it is expected to become a hurricane, 958 millibars, maybe a major hurricane. But we don't really see that northeastward flow into Haiti at all. More of a direct northward movement, as you can see here. So I guess it's starting to cave in a sense to what the Euro has been showing. Wouldn't be surprised if the 12Z run shows something completely different. But this is what the GFS is showing right now. So it's still the outlier, still doing its own thing, but that could definitely change considering this drastic change from south to north instead of southwest to northeast into Haiti. And the rainfall totals are still in agreement that over the next 3 days, let's see if they updated it. Did they? Okay, so over the next 3 days, we're talking about 18 UTC today. Well, 18 UTC yesterday. So 1 p.m. from yesterday all the way up until 1 p.m. on Sunday, October 26th. We're seeing the light shades of greens, into yellows, into oranges, and well, into gold, into oranges. That represents anywhere from 1 all the way up to 12 inches of rainfall or more, especially across the far eastern end of the island, with the brunt of it right here to the southeast of us. This map is going to be updated later on today, and I will definitely post a video in the afternoon about its update. But that's just the 3-day rainfall totals. This map is also showing the 7-day rainfall totals. So all the rainfall that's expected from now, October 24, all the way up to October 31. And as you can see right here, we have a lot of dark reds into the purples, into the pinks, into the peaches, into the blues. That represents what we see here on the key on the right. We're talking about anywhere from 2 all the way up to the 25 inches of rainfall range. The Euro is still sticking to its guns that Jamaica is going to be getting in on some crazy flood triggering rainfall over the next 7 days. There's going to be inundation if this actually happens. There's going to be crazy flooding, swollen rivers, swollen gully banks, landslides, mudslides, rock slides. It's going to be a very bad situation if this actually happens over the next 7 days. And it looks like it's going to, because we see how unpredictable the system has been, moving so slowly, now taking an east-southeastward jog. And who knows, maybe it does something similar when it is close to Jamaica. There's a lot of uncertainty, and even the GFS starting to bring more of the rainfall totals in line right here just to the east of Jamaica, to the west of majority of Haiti. We're starting to see the crazy rainfall totals, the 10 to 25 inches here. So as stated, more than likely that could change and start to, you know, show more of what the Euro has been showing, considering that it has started to cave and start to bring more of the rainfall to the west of Haiti. Or will it actually stick to its guns at the 12-0 run? We have to stay updated. And the close-up of Jamaica regarding the rainfall totals still show all of the purples across western Jamaica. That's anywhere from 200 up into the 300 in the whites, and then the grays, you know, we're talking about 400 to 500 millimeters of rainfall, even up to 600 right here off the southeast coast of Jamaica, 600 right here to the southwest of St. Elizabeth. That's a lot of rainfall. That's a lot of rainfall. Flood triggering at that. And the GFS starting to put some of this crazy flood triggering rainfall just off to our east. All that while we have been seeing more of these greens, yellows, oranges, reds. So now it's starting to show up on the Jamaica map. So it's a bit concerning. So GFS is starting to really cave to what the Euro has been showing in a sense. So it's definitely looking like it's going to be happening for sure, especially as we get more updates from the GFS. Alright, so what's happening across the island right now? So it is the latest satellite imagery right here, shows 12:21 UTC. So when we take a look at the time, we know that's representing 7:21 AM, considering that it is 7:25 AM now. So that just came out 4 minutes ago. And as you can see here, we actually have some clouds bringing some isolated showers to section of some northern parishes right now, section of Hanover, St. James, Trelawney, St. Anne getting some of the action. You even see some clouds across portion of the east, especially the Blue Mountain areas. We see some clouds over there, some clouds here and there across Kingston, St. Andrew, St. Thomas and Portland, but nothing really screams rainfall right now. Maybe northern St. Andrew, maybe section of the Blue Mountains, but there's definitely rainfall across St. Anne, Trelawney, St. James, Hanover right now. And the infrared not really showing any thunderstorms. This is why we're glad for the visible, because look at the infrared, we can barely see those low to mid-level clouds that are bringing rainfall to the north coast. All we're seeing are the deep convection clouds to the southeast of us that are being sheared to the northeast. And we're also glad that we have the Jamaican Doppler radar imagery to show. So the Doppler radar has been showing that rainfall pushing in from the northeast all early morning from midnight up to this point. We see the greens into the yellows that represent some moderate, some light to moderate to some slightly heavy rainfall. We see the rain bands into St. Anne right here. St. Mary, Portland has been getting rainfall all night up to this point. And as such, we're going to be looking at the latest, what's happening now. So this is 1124Z. Is this the most recent? Let us see. What is the most recent still image? Yes, I think so. Is it? Let's see. No, it's not updated as yet. So 12:15Z would have been showing. So let me see. Let me reload it and see if it's actually very updated. Okay, so it's very updated. So 12:10Z. So this is the latest Jamaican Doppler radar image. So it's showing 7:10 AM, and we're actually seeing those rain bands that we saw on the visible. We see the greens into the slight yellow, so some light to moderate, some slightly heavy rainfall, especially across St. Anne. They're getting rainfall as we speak, and we can see some heavy rain bands off to our southeast as well. Not much of anything is affecting southern Jamaica, but you know, with that northeasterly flow, it could definitely bring some of the rain bands, some light rain showers into some southern parishes. And the Cuban Doppler radar echoes all of that as well, showing all the way up to 8:20 AM Eastern Standard Time, which is actually 7:20 AM Jamaica time. And we see the greens represent the light to moderate rainfall pushing from northeast to southwest into northern parishes, just as we predicted in last night's video. And the Guantanamo Bay US Navy radar also showing that northeasterly flow of rainfall. We see some rainfall affecting eastern portion of southeastern Cuba as well. And we also see the rain bands pushing from northeast to southwest, right here to the west and to the south of the Cayman Islands. And what's expected for today? This map from the Euro and this map from the GFS are both showing 10 AM Eastern Standard Time, which is actually 9 AM Jamaica time, and we're still seeing the blues represent rainfall expected for northern Jamaica and eastern parishes as well today. And we know when we're talking about eastern parishes, we're talking about those parishes in the county of Surrey, like Portland, St. Thomas, Kingston, and St. Andrew. Northern parishes, you know, we're talking about those parishes on top. So you know, we're referring to Hanover into St. James. We're talking about Trelawney, St. Anne, St. Mary, and we're also seeing that as we head into the 3 p.m. hours, so that's about 2 p.m. Jamaica time, we're still seeing the blues that represent rainfall across the northern and eastern end. And we're starting to see some daytime heating rainfall across the south coast as well. And we see that on the GFS too. So expect rainfall if you're in St. Anne, St. Mary, Portland, section of St. Thomas, Kingston, St. Andrew, St. Catherine, Clarendon, Manchester, St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland during the afternoon at around 2 p.m. if not sooner than that. And even by 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is actually 7 p.m. Jamaica time, the Euro and the GFS are still showing rainfall, especially across the north. Given that northeasterly flow with the slow movement of the system, it explains why the north coast is getting the brunt of the rainfall. And we see the total accumulated precipitation right here, going up into the 5.22 inches of rainfall maybe in Portland, according to the Euro, 1.95 in St. Mary, 1.94 in St. Anne, 1 inch in Kingston over the next 24 hours. And the GFS definitely in line in a sense with that regarding the location, especially across the northeastern and eastern end. Up to at least 1.53 inches of rainfall is what the GFS is showing though. Alright, so stay tuned to our social media platforms, or YouTube and or other pages, or TikTok or Instagram. We're going to be posting some more, and I might just go live later on today as well. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching.